Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, today our topic is Kingdom Plenty or Kingdom of Multicellular Producers or Metaphyta. This Kingdom Plenty, includes all photosynthetic, eukaryotic, multicellular plants. At lower level, it includes algae. Other groups in this kingdom are bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. I have already told you about the important characteristics of the kingdom. These are these are multicellular, these are eukaryotic, their body form is less regular, their growth is indefinite, they have usually external organs, and their response to stimulus is poor. Their nutrition is autotrophic. They carry out photosynthesis because they have photosynthetic regions which contain plastids in cells. So these are called producers. These are usually fixed, but a few forms, unicellular forms, are free floating. Structural differentiation in kingdom into tissues is found. They have reserve food as storage or fat. Some are heterotrophic, that means that is parasitic or insectivorous plants. Reproduction is both sexual as well as asexual. This kingdom plenty is divided into algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, and angiosperms. We will discuss these one by one. Today we will take algae. This algae, uh, it is usually, these are aquatic. The word algae was coined by Linnaeus for the seaweed. It was first used by Linnaeus for the seaweed. These algae are aquatic, that is, they grow in both marine as well as in fresh water. These are marine as well as they grow in fresh water. A few occur in moist terrestrial habitats. Moist terrestrial habitats like tree trunks, wet rocks, moist soils, etc. Plant body of algae is thallus. That is why it is also called as thallophyta. This division is also called thallophyta. Thallus means where body is not differentiated into root, stem, or leaf. These may be unicellular, colonial, filamentous, or parenchymatous. Just like other aquatic plants, algae are covered by a mucilage sheath for protection. This mucilage gives them protection. Vascular tissue is usually absent in algae because they do not need conduction. They develop in water, so they do not need special conducting tissue for conduction. In the same way, mechanical tissue is absent in algae, so algae are flexible. Algae are flexible. They are autotrophic in nutrition. That means they carry out photosynthesis. They have chlorophyll A, they have chlorophyll B, they have chlorophyll C and D. Besides chlorophyll, they possess carotene, xanthophyllus, phycobilin, fucoxanthin as pigments. Reproduction is vegetative, asexual, and sexual reproduction is absent in blue-green algae. In other forms, sexual reproduction is also seen. So these reproduce by vegetative, asexual, as well as sexual methods. Asexual, sexual, as well as vegetative methods of reproduction are prevalent in algae. Embryo stage is absent in algae. They lack this embryo stage. Whitaker, a taxonomist, divided this algae into three groups. He used certain criteria. For example, on the basis of pigmentus, on the basis of flagella, on the basis of storage food, type of storage food products. He grouped algae into red algae, brown algae, and green algae. Rhodophyta, Pheophyta, and Chlorophyta. We will discuss these one by one. First, I will tell you about economic importance of algae. About 70% of marine algae are used as food. Uh, Besides food, these algae are used as food supplements. For example, these are used as proteins. Chlorella, spirulina, these are used for the production of single cell proteins. Uh, Algae carry out about 50% of CO2 fixation or photosynthesis on Earth. These are considered as primary producers. Primary producers because uh, they serve as food for aquatic animals. We obtain a substance, namely agar, from algae that is used in culture medium for culture of various microorganisms. Also, we use shampoo, shaving cream that is obtained that contain phycocolloids. These phycocolloids are also obtained from algae laminaria. Now we will take chlorophyce or green algae. First we will discuss chlorophyce. Chloros means green, phyton means plant. These are usually green. This is group of eukaryotic algae. Chlorophyce is usually a group of green algae, eukaryotic, which resemble land plants. In uh, this way, they have cellulose. Their cell wall is made up of cellulose. So, chlorophyce or members of chlorophyce resemble green plants because they also have cellulose cell wall. They have starch as reserve food, just like plants. They have chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B. These contain chlorophyll A and chlorophyll B as photosynthetic pigments. So, chlorophyll resemble green plants. About 7,000 living species of green algae are present, but according to Prescott, 1969, 20,000 species of these chlorophyce are found in the world. They occur in all habitats. They occur in all habitats, all types of habitats. Only 10% of are marine. Among chlorophyce, only 10% are marine or found in salt water or seas. Majority are freshwater. Majority of these chlorophyce are freshwater. Some are epiphytic, living on other plants, endophytic, inside the plants, epizoic on animals, endozoic और inside animals. एपिजोइक का एक एग्जाम्पल है ट्राइकोफिलस, एक एल्गी है, वो स्लॉथ एक एनिमल है, उसके ऊपर रहता है, उसकी बॉडी के ऊपर, जिससे स्लॉथ की बॉडी ग्रीन दिखाई देती है रेन फॉरेस्ट्स में. ये वो एडवांटेज लेता है उससे, फिर वो प्रीडेशन में ज़्यादा फ़ायदा लेता है रेन फॉरेस्ट्स ऑफ साउथ अमेरिका में. अब क्लोरोफाइसी में जो थैलस है, दैट इज़ ऑफ वेरियस टाइप्स. इट इज़ यूनिसेलुलर फ्लैजिलेटेड. It may be unicellular, flagellated, single celled, but has flagella. For example, Chlamydomonas is a single cell that has two flagella for locomotion. Unicellular, non-flagellated. For example, Chlorella is unicellular but lack flagella. Flagellated colonies. For example, Volvox lives in colonies. Volvox lives in colonies that has flagella. Non-flagellated colonies, for example, Hydrodictyon and Parenchymatous. Uh, their cell wall is made up of cellulose. They have photosynthetic pigments similar to higher plants. They have reserve food as storage. Their chloroplasts have 2 to 20 thylakoid lamellae. Chloroplasts contain one to many pyrenoids for storage of starch. Asexual reproduction takes place Asexual reproduction takes place by both mitospores and meiospores. These are mitospores are those which are formed by the mitotic division, and meiospores are formed by meiotic division or meiosis. Inshallah, tomorrow we will discuss rhodophycy and phaeophycy. Okay. मैंने उसको